Howdy, folks. I'm just adjusting my my camera right now. Trying to get the. Notice we've got some Christmas decorations there back there. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. Boy, that was quite an interview with Wolfgang Van Halen concerning a possible reunion with all the guys: Michael Anthony, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar. Yeah, it would have been an amazing thing. But we're going to wait for some people to come on and we can chat about this. Kind of took the weekend off a little bit, just sort of just laid low a little bit. Sometimes I don't feel like doing videos or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not feeling the love. I don't know. I don't. So I kind of just, I don't know, put a TV on the wall over here. And my son's working on Mark Andes right now, who is from Spirit, the band. Remember the Led Zeppelin lawsuit? You see some interesting things about that. Also, Heart in the 80s. He was with them for 10 years. And of course, Firefall, who he's back in the fold with Firefall right now. Shannon's going to come down and say hi. Someone say something so I know this is working. Someone say, hey, yo, cat, Mr. John Beaudin, Mr. Rock History Music, so that we can get going with the Van Halen thing. It's not quite the feeling I had when John Lennon was killed. And my first thought was, as though it was a selfish thought, that, oh, now the Beatles will never get back together. But hearing Wolfgang talk about, and the new song, by the way, is great. I loved the new track. I listened to it this morning. There's nothing overly original about it, but it's still a great track in that genre of that power pop rock kind of. It's more rock. It's kind of a rock song. He did tell Howard Stern that he did not want to do a reunion where he would play Eddie Van Halen, his dad. He mentioned that that's not something that, the fans want that and he can understand, but he just doesn't, he's not interested in that. I'm not sure why we're not getting any comments on here, because usually something would pop up. Let me just see what I can do. Okay, top chats and messages. No. Say someone type something so I know there's 11 people on right now. If you can type something so I know this is working, because I don't want to come on here by myself and just gab about stuff. Anyway, Wolfgang Van Halen opens up about his late father's health issues. The reason the reunion tour did not happen is thank you, Roth and Hagar really never really got on. That's true. But they were going to try to do it. If there's enough money involved, I think that they could have. I mean, there are a lot of bands who don't talk to each other when they're on tour. We've all heard the stories. So if there was enough money and the fans really wanted it, I think it could have happened. I mean, we're all talking pie in the sky now, because the Kitchen Sink tour, which is what were going to call it, that was a working title, because everything but the kitchen sink. But anyway, he said that was real and we were excited about it. Van Halen said that he thought the tour, it just didn't pan out, unfortunately. It would have been insane. It would have been. Now, having Wolfgang say he's not going to do the tour just means, at the very least, he can't fathom doing it now. It doesn't mean it will never happen. There might be a time where it seems like a good idea. I mean, it's the old too soon thing, right? You don't want to even plan something like that, but there's that fervor for fans that they want this to continue. So there's a possibility. I mean, it's so weird because there's a reason Eddie Van Halen didn't release any solo albums, because he considered Van Halen kind of his solo albums, even though there were, obviously the other members played a big part as well as his brother. But anyway, Wolfgang mentions in 2019 he had a lot of problems. There's a video from a few years ago where Hagar said, "Oh, I missed it. Sorry, it came and went too fast." After 2019, his whole health just went downhill. And I've seen, we're all at that age. If you're around 60 or older like me, where we all have seen people deteriorate really fast, where it looks like they're in the upswing and they've got great ideas and they're trying to be optimistic. They're trying to look forward to things. They want to build something in the future, and gives them almost that will to live, people say sometimes. Whether that's pie in the sky, I don't know, but I've seen this happen. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, things just fall apart, and they're not quite themselves anymore. And they still have plans to do stuff, and then they get to go, when you stand up, you realize, oh God, I'm weak. Not that happened to Eddie Van Halen, but he was getting increasingly weak. Let's see what else we've got here in this story. I'm just looking at Ultimate Classic Rock, which is one of my favorite websites. I love these guys. You can't really see it there, but I think they're a great site. I check them out 2-3 times a day if I can. He did mention the motorcycle accident, which we've touched on in different stories before. But the reunion would have been just so powerful. And I still think there's a possibility of something, and not calling it Van Halen. I don't know. Michael Anthony being back in the fold, he had come up to his dad, Wolfgang, and said, what if and this is how it started, what if I opened up for Van Halen, my band? And Eddie Van Halen said, no, I want you to play bass. And he said, well, what if I just come on and play bass on a few songs? And then he started warming up to the idea a little bit. And the fans have wanted Michael Anthony back in the band for an awful long time. I've always wanted Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth up there together for the longest time. I always thought it was a great idea. I know I'm in the minority. I'm a bigger Sammy Hagar fan than I ever was a David Lee Roth fan. But everyone loves a reunion. Almost everyone. And I think this would have been something gargantuan, like huge. They would have sold out everywhere, of course. Best of both worlds. Having David come on first, or Sammy, and then them being together at the end, which probably would have been the way it would have gone. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm always surprised by how promoters and do things that I would have never thought of. And people are really, I'm not sure why no one's talking today. But usually I can't keep up with the comments. Usually it's like insane. But I know a lot of people are at work. I hope everyone's keeping safe, by the way. Because in some states, all hell's breaking loose. And in some provinces in Canada, it's crazy. Yourself, Dave, oh yeah, okay, I'm not going to mention him. Thank you. I don't know what to say about that. Thank you though for keeping enjoying our music. My brain's just, I'm being careful what I say right now. Listen, almost everyone that does things that I do, I enjoy what they do. I think it's kind of cool what they do. There's just a few of them out there, and maybe just two, that I can't watch their stuff. It's just it's just too gossipy, and mean-spirited, yeah. So, but some other people, and if someone doesn't let people comment on their videos, and don't get me wrong, we erase comments all the time when like someone dies and someone points in and says, who? That kind of thing. I'm just going, why would you say that? The person just died. Why would you say that? It's just being disrespectful. You're being a dork. So there are people who, we will erase comments. If someone comes up there and says, man, your face is falling off, man, you look like crap. Who is this guy? I'm going, what purpose is that? If you don't like me, don't watch my videos. So what do you think about this? Do you think there's any hope that they'll ever do something? Not now. Maybe 6 months, and I still think, let me see if I missed anything from the article from Ultimate Classic Rock. I didn't have time to put the link. Just look up Howard Stern, Wolfgang Van Halen, and you'll find it. The original post on there. This is the first time I've live streamed and hardly anyone's saying anything. I'm not sure why. It's kind of weird. Let me see. Pardon me as I skim through this. I don't know Gary Stuckey. Oh, is he the guy who does only Steve Perry stuff? Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not sure which one he is. Yeah. Okay. I don't remember what I thought of him. I might have seen one video. I don't watch people who do what I do. I've been in radio a lot of years, as a lot of you know, since the early 80s. And I would never go out of my way if I had a night off to listen to the person who's on the air opposite me. I've never done that. I don't know why. I don't want to get influenced by anybody else. Even after all these years, it's just a habit. Not that I get influenced, because I've kind of had my style now. For 37 years, I hope I have a freaking style or something. So I don't, Professor of Rock, I think he does good work. I like him. But I've only seen maybe two of his. I'm serious. I don't watch Rick Beato. I think he's great. Good on you. I think Rick Beato is amazing. I think he deserves all the money he's making. They should have a tribute concert. Yes. Band members. Yes, he's good. Hi, John. How you keeping? Now all the things are coming up all of a sudden. And then there was nothing before. Shannon's going to come down. She's ready to go to work. She'll come down and say hi in a second. She's just in a meeting right now. A lot of Zoom meetings. Hi from Requiem 304. Hello. As I mentioned off the top, Chase is upstairs he cuts up all my interviews, every single last one of them. Mark Andes of Spirit, of Heart, and Firefall. And he's back in Firefall now. Jesse Colin Young will probably go up tomorrow. We have quite a bit of new things coming up, and a new channel that we're going to announce if you're into new artists. Right now, we only have 3 ladies on there. We haven't put it up yet, so I'm not going to give you an address or a name. I just wanted to have an avenue to interview newer artists. Roth would never have done anything like that. The band would have needed separate sets. Yeah, I know. I hear that from a lot of people, but I'm not convinced he wouldn't have done it. I'm not convinced. Even though he and Hagar, they're not, are you planning any Christmas special videos this year? Yes. Yeah, it would have been nice, Sammy. And I don't have anything planned right now. I have a couple of writers working for us, and they are going to maybe write some things. I know some of the people we talked about a while ago who go on screen and they're by themselves. Some of those people have writers, some of them don't. And for me, when it comes to top 10s of 1976, I've written so many of those throughout the years. I might even have some scripts, because we've only done from Jewel's Food Reviews. Oh, are you sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Can you phonetically write it? If anybody wants to promote their channel on here, please do. One thing we will not allow is if someone just doesn't respond to the video as if they've not watched it, and just puts their URL to their channel. We don't allow that. Just listen, watch the video, say something about it, and then if you want to put the URL to your channel, that's fine. Hi, no worries. Love your videos. So are you doing food reviews now? Do you do those now? Or is your channel currently, up to date and doing reviews? I'm just kind of curious. Just give yourself a plug. Why not? Also, there was going to be a reunion with Gary Sharon, the guy from from Van Halen 3, Extreme. He was going to be on stage too. I think that would have been a great idea. I thought he was an amazing singer. I still think he's an amazing singer. And I think it's very respectful where they did not have to include him, because a lot of fans kind of balked at that. They weren't big fans. I make some food reviews, but haven't uploaded in a while, mate. Hey, yo, cat. Gregory Totoro. Hey, yo, cat. I'll accept hey, yo, cat. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, hello from France. Rock and roll is not dead. Oliver. Olivier. You know, I used to be totally French when I was growing up in Montreal, and I've lost my French now, but I failed grade 2 because I couldn't speak English. There you go. But now I can say, je peux pas parler français. I cannot speak French. But I sound like I'm French when I say that, don't I? Yeah. Anyway, I was born in Montreal. Isn't AC/DC's new album is popping off? Yeah, I've heard some people sent me some stuff in the beginning, and I wasn't sure if it was really the new album or not. My heart is broken, Wolfgang, while listening to the interview. I know, Sammy has talked to years about the big Roth Van Halen reunion. Oh, sorry, it comes up to Olivier. We'll upload the Fix interview soon. The Fix? I don't have an interview with the Fix. I thought of doing an interview, but I haven't done it. Shannon's going to work with us in a little bit more in the next 6 months, where Shannon, my wife, we used to do videos together, if anybody doesn't know. Shannon Edwards, she is one of those used to do her homework on Friday night kind of people. Oh, Nottingham. Hi, Alan Murphy. And she would, do her homework on Friday night instead of Sunday night or Monday morning like I used to do. So she's really big on like, let's get it going. Let's finish the file. Let's close that file. Let's get it. Did you get that interview yet? Let's get it. Okay, what do we have to do to get the interview? She's just like that. Meanwhile, if someone says no to me, I'll go, well, I'll ask them again in 6 months. That kind of stuff. Shannon's not that kind of person. Okay, hold on. That'll come off my screen by itself. I don't want to touch my screen. I hate like pointing at my screen or touching it. Hello from Wales, UK. My ex-in-laws were from Manchester. Nice work in town. I'm still very good friends with my ex-wife, and my wife Shannon and my ex-wife get along very well. They're very British, and I said this before on this channel, but my mother-in-law used to call me a silly bugger, and I went, I know what bugger means, Wait a second. But they're both passed on now, but they still have relatives in Manchester, even though most of the close ones are because my mother-in-law back then, oh man, I don't know how old she'd be now. So anyway, nice ties to the UK, but I've never been there. I've never left the continent. I'm embarrassed to say. Anyway, getting back to the topic, what do you guys think? Would you have gone to this? I know Sammy has talked to years of Van Halen. Oh, good, thank you, put it back on. Would he have put up with Dave? I know. Michael Anthony to rejoin. Yeah, that would have been really nice. I actually found out about this channel when you did a live stream when Eddie Van Halen died. You know, that live stream gave me 400 subscribers. I couldn't believe it because I don't live stream to ever think, because I'll get off here and I'll gain, I don't know, maybe 10 subscribers. Maybe that'll be it. But 400 subscribers I got, 400 plus on that live stream. Van Halen wasn't the same without, I can't read that. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Yep. But anyway, that's what happened. It's a question of the fact that we're always going to do live streams when people pass away, unless I don't know that much about the performer. Michael Anthony, yeah. Oh, Michael Anthony, yeah. You wrote Mikey. That's what it was. I kept thinking, is that Mikey? Because sometimes I can't see the screen for whatever reason. David and Sammy on stage at the same time. Yeah, I know. I don't know what would have happened because David Lee Roth seems like a very competitive guy. What? Time out. Montreal, South Shore, wondering if Alex was stuff. I don't know. Has he said anything yet? I haven't heard anything from Alex. It would have been nice. And by the way, Wolfgang, did he continue playing drums? Because I know he played drums for a while. And who's playing all the instruments on the new song that he released today? Lee Roth can't sing anymore. Yeah. Oh, David Lee Roth, yeah. Well, that's kind of one of those things where I don't know why some bands have done it with Roth's ego is too big. Yeah, I don't know. I tried to get an interview with David. No, I didn't actually send it with David Lee Roth. I think Wolfgang did all the instruments himself. It does sound like Nickelback. Glenn, yeah, it has a Nickelback kind of feel to it. That kind of working man, slightly, just a little grungy, pop rock kind of feel. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't mind it. I mean, I didn't hate Nickelback, but I also didn't love them. But I like this song a lot. It's rare. Hagar, pretty cool dude. Yeah, I think Sammy Hagar would be a fun guy. Can you imagine just hanging out with the guy for a day? Yeah, when he said he'd risk his life to go in concerts, everyone has different points of view when it comes to that epic requiem. Roth is a unique performer and stands out unlike Hagar or Sharon. Yeah, they're just different performers. When I talk to drummers, and as anybody who knows his channel, Hagar has a bigger ego than Roth, but I don't know about that. I don't know. But I don't know either one of them. Agreed. Sammy defies aging and can still sing. Yeah, there's just something about the way Sammy Hagar sings that it's more my, you would have, Gregory would have attended. I think I would have. Yeah, I would go. I never saw Van Halen in concert. And sometimes I have to think about it because I have eras of concert going. And sometimes if it's not the 80s era of when I finally had money and I was out of school, I don't know if you're like that. My mind compartmentalized in a very weird way. I mean, I think I told you the story. I was talking to my ex-wife once a year. We'll talk for a couple hours. And then we were talking about the Cars, and she said, John, we went to see the Cars. Shannon, come and say hi. Here's Shannon. No one can see you.
Hi, I'm just heading off to work.
I told them you're going to work. You just had a meeting.
Yeah.
And she's, I'm getting uglier as the longer.
Oh my gosh.
longer.
Hi, everyone. I'm just off here. Have a fabulous day.
She's going off to earn the cash. And I work out of my house, so she's got her laptop. She's ready to rock and roll. And people are always asking us if we're going to do the Friday Night Live thing again. We're going to do something. We're just not sure what it's going to look like. Because I'd rather not have the pressure of having a guest on all the time. Hi, Shannon. Stay safe out there.
Thank you.
John has a short commute. Yeah, my commute's kind of short. Hi, Shan. I don't know that person. Yeah, there's always some people that when we do the, Shan, you got to come and show them your Hallmark Hall of Fame coat. She has a lot of these. It's Shannon's Hallmark Hall of Fame coats. She has a whole bunch of these Hallmark coats.
I do love them.
Yeah, every woman in any Hallmark Hall of Fame show is always wearing a coat just like that. Every one of them. And the cheapest Christmas decorations known to mankind. They're all in these $1 million houses. They're all in these $1 million houses, and they really are nice houses. But all their Christmas decorations, see ya.
Bye.
See ya. All their Christmas decorations look like they were bought at the dollar store. I don't know why that is. But they do have nice clothes. Van Halen, we're Van Halen with Roth up front, Sammy and Sharon. They became another rock band. Yeah. Listen, I have to admit, to a certain degree, live indoor shows being booked in groups, 2-4 fans. I'm starting to lean and I like your channel and the stream. We are chilling about Van Halen. Yeah, we're just chilling. I wish there was a Zoom way of us all coming on. And I don't know, can you live stream Zoom on YouTube? You can't, right? I don't think you can. It would be great if we could live stream on Zoom and you guys just come on and talk. And when something happens, you just come on and we all talk about stuff. And if I have to choose who goes on, that's fine. But I would love that. I would do a live stream every day because there's something going on every day. Where it would just not only be me talking. You could because you have a large subscription base. Not on YouTube. I don't think it's large for YouTube standards, people always say, wow, 70,000. And now and then I'll ask someone, they'll go, oh, 70,000. Well, not quite. We're not at 70 yet. We'll be at 70 probably by the weekend or next weekend, something like that. We get approximately 100 subscribers a day. That's pretty good. And we just had our best month ever last month by a long shot, 70K by an hour. Yeah, I wish. We don't advertise. I still haven't done it yet. I haven't advertised the channel. I haven't spent money on it. People say you should be bigger and all that stuff. Great channel. Thank you. Appreciate it, Gary. There's Gary. You're the guy. So you're the guy who does, are you the guy who does the Steve Perry channel? I'll wait for Gary to get back. Not sure. Great guitar player Wolf is. I don't know either. Oh, hi, Gary. I've only seen your videos, I think, once. I'll have to check out your channel. Because I was saying a while ago that I don't remember if I've, but there was one guy that I saw that did a lot of Steve Perry. So it must be you. Anyway, a little plug for Gary's channel. Check him out. There he is. Yeah, Gary, I'll check you out after. I should have you on the channel. You should come on and we'll talk about stuff. We'll do a. I'm all for helping other YouTubers. I just don't watch a lot of other YouTube people, and don't take it personally. Steve Perry's a legend. Gary, you keep us all informed. Thank you. Look at that. Look at that, Gary. That's nice. Well, when you do the work, sounds good, man. Anyway, text me, email me at johnbeaudin@icloud.com. That's John Beaudin at icloud.com. And we'll do something. It'd be fun. Yeah, thanks, Gary. But anyway, anybody who wants to be caught up with Steve Perry, check out Gary's channel. Someone had asked me in the last live stream why we don't collaborate with other people. No one's really asked. A few people asked. There was one guy who asked. I don't really like his channel, and I said, I'm sorry, man. You're putting out too much crap, and I'm not sure what he's up to now. You are a true journalist with quality. Thank you, pretty much. Thank you. The John Anderson is finished, by the way, and please check out the whole John. Just look up Rock History Book. This channel is Rock History Music. If you look up Rock History Book, there's the entire John Anderson interview on there. Please, I can't believe, like people say, why don't you put the whole interview on there? And I go, well, I do better if I split it up. But at the end of the interview, and sometimes now at the beginning of the interview, I'm just put the whole thing up. You'll be able to say, why is it saying I'm running out of power? Oh, hold on, guys. I'm running out of power. Mayday. Hold on. There. The dog hit it. The dog hit my cord. And I was running out of power, sorry. Little dogs, look at these guys. Hi. How's it going? We told each other, my wife and I, we never get two dogs the same color. Sorry, the last few comments I didn't get. There, I said something. What did you say, William? You can say, what is it? I missed what you said. So just say it again. And I missed your comment because I was plugging in my computer. Sorry about that. Last time, a few people were super chatting us, and I completely missed their comment. I'm going, oh my God. There was, Rock History Book is the channel where the entire John Anderson video is, and from now on, we're going to put the entire interviews on there. We're about to put Randy Meisner on there, the entire interview. With the exception of a few things he told me. He didn't really say anything off the record, but some things were just joking around, and I don't know if he wanted me to put that on. It's nothing embarrassing or anything like that, but when in doubt, I usually have a tendency to go, yeah, I don't think the artist would want me to say that. And it doesn't add anything to the interview. It wouldn't make a headline of an interview. Say, oh my God, he said that. But there are times during interviews where someone will say something and I'll go, Yeah, I don't think. And I'll contact the artist. I'm going, you sure you wanted to say that? And if the artist says, well, I was going to say it to someone else anyway. Dave Ferris, your channel is very well done. You do a great job. Thank you very much. Facts. It goes away too fast. I'm not sure if it's because I'm on my iPhone that the comments, I do questions about Le Studio. I've heard that Le Studio was the same. Le Studio will never be, I don't believe that's ever going to happen. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Studios are going out of business everywhere. There's so much work to be done in Le Studio. I'm going every time I see a video of what they're doing, and I haven't seen one in a while. It always seems like, oh God, you guys are like years away from doing anything, not even mentioning buying the equipment. So I'm not sure. Someone once told me, is the Le Studio thing a t-shirt scam? And I'm going, I don't know. If it's just to sell t-shirts, I don't know. Perfect for Van Halen. I never thought, Isabella, I never thought Taylor Swift Mansion is in Watch Hill near where I live. Oh, is that right? You ever see her? I think Taylor Swift is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, but I wouldn't listen to her music. I don't hate her music. I play her music on the radio every night, but I don't have to love everything I play on the radio, but I don't hate it, there you go. Sounds like a disclaimer. So Van Halen, we always go off topic when we do these videos. I actually got a shirt from the studio restoration people, but that's the last I heard. I don't think they're when they do their videos for the studio, which is obviously one of the in Morin Heights, one of the most popular studios of all time. I always look at that and I'm going, that makes no sense. This doesn't make any sense at all. I've asked a few artists about it, and they all, and the people that I've talked to knew not much more than me, and sometimes less. And they all go, yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna, as they say down south, that dog won't hunt. I still think it would be awesome. Yeah, Isabella, I think he would be. I don't know if he would do it. I mean, considering they were close friends like that, he'd be ideal. Van Halen jammed with Patti Smythe and considered hiring her. I just heard that. Yeah. Neil Sean too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just, when it comes to Journey, I'm always choosing my words carefully. Yeah. I'd like to get Neil on the channel. Roth-Hagar would do anything for a buck. Well, you never really know, right? I mean, Steve Perry also. Oh, yeah, Steve Perry would never do that. I don't think Steve Perry would ever. I think Steve Perry will do shows. Recently, he said he would. He was hungry to get out. It's easy to say that now that people aren't getting out. But, yeah, I think. I've asked him before. He's kind of ignoring me. Neil Sean. He kind of ignores me. Like, I remember I said something and he liked my comment. He says, thanks, man, and I'm going, listen, this is not an ego thing. I find it hard to believe that he doesn't know who we are. Because we used to cover, and Lukather would be dynamic. Oh, that would be amazing. And Neil Sean and Steve Lukather are friends. So that would be amazing. And Steve Lukather's son, Trev, is getting married. They're not married, right? Getting married to Jonathan Cain's. Is it Jonathan Cain's kid or is it his stepkid? The gal that Trev Lukather is getting married to. It's Paula White's daughter, the spiritual advisor of Trump. But anyway, those bands are all connected. They all know each other. They've all played together. So this is kind of nice jamming session as we're talking about what could be. It's laggy on my side. Oh, is that right? Oh, it's not laggy here at all. We just improved our video. We've got the highest bandwidth now that you can get for our service provider. Mary Curry was married to Steve. Yes. Yes, she was. Yeah, I think I used to be friends with her on Facebook. I'm not sure. Your channel is inspiring. I worked on radio 12 years. Oh, good for you. Yes, from the Runaways, her sister, Zappa. I lost my train of thought. It was going to be good. It was going to change your life, but I lost it. By the way, I do interviews on my podcast called Real Music, and I'm interviewing Sammy Hagar. Are you? I should try to get. Did I ever try Sammy Hagar? I keep forgetting. There's so many people. Dweezil Zappa, yeah, and Van Halen. I read rules. I read rules for radicals. I read rules for radicals. I don't know what that is. Great interview. Yeah. The problem with kids, and even though he's obviously a good musician in his own right, they sometimes they don't. I mean, it's Frank Zappa's son, so I mean, it would obviously, and Zappa's a god to many. But yeah, I've never tried. I kind of tried. Madison Kane is the daughter, second wife. Oh, okay. Oh, is that it? Okay. So she's not Paula White's. Oh no, she couldn't be Paula White's daughter. Of course not, because they haven't been together that long. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he met her on a plane. Jonathan Cain told me in an interview that he, I think, was sitting beside her or something on a plane. It's been a long time since I listened to that interview, and that's how he met Paula White. He says he fell in love with her right away or something, but didn't do anything about it because I think he was with someone. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I can't wink. I don't know. I'm not insinuating anything. I don't know what they do. Sometimes I'll hear things. People ask me to ask a rock star, hey, ask him if he had an affair with, like Mark Andes. I just asked him, someone give us a wink. Yeah, good, sweet album. Someone just asked if I would ask Mark Andes of Heart, formerly of Heart, and Spirit and Firefall, if he had ever had a relationship with Ann Wilson. So at the end of the interview, I'm getting along with Mark really well. We're just fooling around. We're talking about people we both know. I said, well, did you ever have a relationship with Ann Wilson? Because it's written online that he did, but that doesn't mean anything. And he said, not that I wouldn't have, because he said I was very attracted to her, but he said, no, it didn't happen. We did not have a relationship. So there you go. Here's a scoop. Not that that's even a scoop, but there you go. So I think the fans, I think there's enough fans who would go see Gary Sharon, David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, without the anchoring tool of Eddie Van Halen being alive. Whether he'd be an anchoring tool at all, I don't know, because there's bad blood all over the place. Would the fans still want to go see something which would be Mike Fisher did? Well, yeah. And I interviewed Mike Fisher. He's on this channel. He talks about their relationship. There's a band called Child's Anthem Toto Tribute Band, Nashville, Tennessee. The singer sings exactly like Bobby Kimball. Wow. I felt bad when I interviewed, I felt bad when I interviewed Bobby Kimball the last time because I could tell he was losing his faculties. I could tell. And I don't mean this in mean-spirited, but he got mad a few times and said I should speak up, and said it in a way where I've seen it with older. Yeah, he was better with Extreme. It's so strange that Wholehearted and More Than Words were their biggest songs, because when you listen to that album, you go, wow, that's really not who they are, but. And with Nuno Battencourt, who the girlfriend I had at the time told me, she says, their guitarist, she said, Nuno Battencourt's the most beautiful man. And he did a little stint in a movie, a little cameo appearance in a movie. And I remember going, that's Nuno Battencourt. He is a good looking guy. Why not Michael Anthony is still here? Yeah. I think they should do it, but it's too soon. John, did you ever work at CKUA? I had a good friend, Richard Moses. I didn't work at CKUA, but I did productions. I used to syndicate a show across the country called the Cross Canada Report, and it was produced upstairs. I forget the producer's name. He was just a regular producer. I don't think I heard the first Extreme album. I should listen to that after. I'll take a listen to it. Was it harder edged than? What is it called? What was the name of that album? Porno. I forget. I don't want to say the word because I'll get demonetized. There's a John Halliwell of Supertramp interview where it was demonetized because he was making a joke about Hallmark. Hi, Lori. Lori has been a big supporter of this channel. We sent her a T-shirt. She's always, and she interviewed Greg Raleigh's wife, right, Lori, wasn't it? And a few other people. She sends me her interviews. Yeah. I hung out with Gary Sharon in London, Ontario. A show Extreme did a date with Sammy Hagar. Oh, yeah. To me, Gary always seemed like he. My first impression of him was just because of the way he looked. I remember thinking, is he like a bad dude? Not a bad dude. Jolyn Turner. Just saw Spinal Tap. I have never seen Spinal Tap from start to finish. I'm embarrassed to say that. I've seen probably most of it, but it's like I've never sat down from. It's like The Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind. I've never seen those movies from start to finish. Never. Well, Vivian Leigh, I couldn't stand her acting, so I couldn't watch Gone with the Wind. Yeah, there you go. Is that Pookie? Oh, Pookie Martinez. Greatest name ever. Yeah. And I just went off into space there, like, where's John Beaudin thinking? What's he thinking about? Does he have beer? Does he have beer tonight? Yeah, I'm aware of them. Stonehenge, is that a band? Because I don't know. A lot of the newer bands, you're like, they send me stuff all the time. If I wanted to interview the new proggies, and some of the prog bands sound like metal. A lot of new prog bands sound metally. And don't ask me which ones because I don't listen to them. It's just not my thing. I'm not, you either like something or you don't. And if I wanted to interview new metal bands, there would be so many opportunities too. But it's not my kind of music. So a lot of people ask, and I do like rock, and I was a big Van Halen fan, and that's why. Excuse me, I'm gonna yawn. A song called Stonehenge. Oh, yes. No, I don't. I talked to Steve Lukather because he worked on that. My eyes look really bloodshot. No, not bloodshot, but just kind of like I just cried or something. 10 years after, we used to play 10 years after on when Rock History Book, which is their sister channel. I don't know. I don't know why he left. My dad used to, yeah. I couldn't name you one song. I'm sure I'd listen to a song and you go, oh yeah, I remember that one. But everyone always considers all us guys who do these kind of channels, we know everything. Oh, Dred Zeppelin. I used to call, it just went by, sorry. I don't know. I was saying, a lot of people think that all us guys who do these channels, we are just like, we know everybody, or no, that's not the case. There's holes in my knowledge too, because I left. I was still syndicating my rock show, and I was programming a new age show. Remember The Wave in LA and WNUA in Chicago? I kept up with all those channels because I used to do that kind of format. Hi from, I don't know how to say that. Thank you, I appreciate that. And another thing people don't realize, when you do these kind of channels, it really helps when someone, oh, really? You think I'm handsome? But anyway, thanks, Debbie. Hey, buddy. It's Nico. Hey, man. How's it going? I just got a haircut. We used to do obscene phone calls when we were growing up, and we called up a guy once, and his name was Reg. wouldn't it be weird if Reg was actually watching? He said, "You were the guys," and we called him up, and our contest was to try to keep. I don't know who that is. Nico McBrain, who is that? And we used to try to keep people on the phone as long as we could, and whoever kept the person on the phone the longest without the person saying, "Who are you?" What? Like, someone just tagged me for a 80s music group. Best drummer. Who's the best drummer? I like the Dave Matthews Band. Shannon has a friend who is probably the biggest Dave Matthews fan that I've ever met. And I came up to her and I went, "How you doing now?" Remember that Dave Matthews song? Dun, 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 or something like that. And she went, "That's the oldest joke, man. That's the oldest Dave Matthews joke." I'm going, okay. Clive Burr. About the story about the son of Charles Manson. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. You have to understand, though, I talked to it's the good and bad side of doing YouTube videos, and if your videos are being watched. I get, Mike, yeah, I'm not going to say that out loud. I swear, like, I said I swear. You have to be so careful now on YouTube with their rules. You have to be so careful now because if it's not content, they'll demonetize you. So I'm being extra careful. I have 2 Larry Gowan interviews downstairs, but I just have to bake them, and I'm looking for an oven right now because my dehydrator doesn't work very well. Any reel-to-reel enthusiast out there? So I have 2, and it's kind of exciting because it's a moment in time. People say, "Well, it's an old interview." Yeah, but it's a moment in time of when Larry Gowan first got, did the Strange Animal thing, was recording at Ringo Starr's studio. Anyway, we're really going big on Nico. Hey, Nico. Anyway, so those are a lot of fun things. Your site is my new go-to music information source, John. Thank you. Lucinda. Boogie Martin is my pops was into reel-to-reel. Iron Maiden. I've got 3 downstairs. Anybody who's seen me, oh, that just went by so fast. There's just such a big, because the sound of Van Halen, in spite of the fact that they, had same bassist, same drummer, and this huge, any thoughts on Buckethead? I remember Buckethead quite well. No, not really. And he literally had a bucket on his head, yes. Sammy coming in really did, my first thought was, I don't care. And I mean that. Yes, we're on. It's Rock History Book, though. Look up Rock History Book. I know this channel's called Rock History Music. I just didn't want to start another. Thank you for buying a T-shirt. I really appreciate when people buy T-shirts. But send me a picture. No one's not a. Hold on a second, Chase. Can you get the door, honey? Oh, never mind. I'll get it, guys. I'm sorry, but people are stealing packages here, and people are stealing. Let's go to the door. What do you think? Let's just go to the door together. No, guys. Crazy dog. Hey. Oh, look. It's the. Thank you. I don't know what this is. It's written to John Beaudin. Ooh, we should open it, see what's inside. I think Chase is in it. Oh, no, he's in it. Chase is playing Xbox right now. I don't know what this would be. I didn't order anything. There, we're back. We're back in the saddle. Hey, thanks for going around. Now I'm all wet. Thanks for walking around my house with me. Appreciate that. I don't, I have this thing. What is from Alex Lifeson? What about Alex? I ever tried to get the Rush guys. I got to plug this thing in. Oh, sorry, I missed that with Sammy coming from a professional musician. I like the fact that Sammy could play guitar pretty damn well. And like when I heard I Can't Drive 55, I kind of liked it, but I didn't love it. And that's, I Can't Drive 55 is, it depends upon what day you ask me. There'll be days where I go, eh. Oh, thanks, Mark Zero. We've kind of covered it. We've covered an awful lot of it. Bottom line is, look up, just look up his name, and you'll find the interview. And after this is finished, we'll put up 55 video was great. I remember the video. Yeah, I remember the video. I don't know. I just like saying. I'm disconnected. Now I'm connected again. That was weird. Oh yeah, I remember, yeah. Sammy Hagar. Something is going to happen. Thank you for everyone saying get back on track. I think something will happen. I think it's almost impossible for it not to happen. Unless, of course, I mean, listen, you know, if Wolfgang releases more music and somehow it becomes even more popular than he expected, not than popular than Van Halen. I'm opening up my package I just got. But, oh, it's my cable box. Do you guys have little cable boxes like this? This small. It's a cable box for a TV downstairs. That's what I got in the mail. I like Dave, but not Sammy. See, the thing is, you're not wrong. No one's wrong. When it comes to music, no one's ever wrong. You either something resonates with you or it doesn't. It's hard to convince someone to like something unless, I think, when you're a lot younger. Yeah, the Dish Network. Yeah. So I just got an next one. Gary Sharon was the best singer. The fans just didn't accept him, you know, with the Van Halen 3 thing. But I think he's such an amazingly strong singer. To have all three singers up there would have been phenomenal. I like Sammy, but I love Dave. Yeah. I don't know if Dave could have sang at that level unless you had maybe them singing together. Gary would have been, having, you know, I keep mentioning Dave and Sammy, but having the three of them together, I can't imagine the powerhouse that would have been. Even if Sammy's voice is, David's voice has got that thinning out aspect of it. You know, that happens to a lot of singers. Their voice really gets pretty thin. Sorry, you were saying you read body language, what? Put it up again, I missed that comment. Yeah, Dave on the lower, Sammy on the higher parts. I haven't listened to enough of AC/DC to give you an honest opinion. I'm not the biggest AC/DC fan, but if they're on the radio, I won't turn the channel. I'll always have it on there. I'm pretty good at reading body language, and Wolfgang was holding something back during the recent Howard Stern interview. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for posting that again. I don't have any major opinion on the new AC/DC. Yeah. I'm glad they're back. But, you know, Sam wasn't Van Halen. Leave it alone. Okay. Sorry, man. I think something's going to happen. Just give it some time. Unless, like I said, if Wolfgang's stuff ends up being incredibly more popular than he thought it was going to be, then he might think, well, I don't need to do that. I can do my own thing. Yeah, I didn't mind the record with Gary Sharon. I didn't love it. But I think that had a lot to do with where they were at as a band at the time. You know, like the last Van Halen album, I didn't really like. Didn't do a thing for me. Well, I wouldn't say no one cares. Maybe you don't care. It's just he's like being a Beatles kid, you know, where people are going to go, your dad was so monstrously big and influential. Should you do it? I read a quote from Kurt Vonnegut this morning where someone got come up to him and He was talking to someone, I forget who it was, who asked him, sure, anybody who wants to email me, it's John at iCloud, John Beaudin at iCloud.com. Where someone had told Kurt, don't do something in order to be successful at it. Do it because you want to do it. Don't think about being successful at it because you're kind of missing the point. That's one way of looking at it. So you I like Julian Lennon's music, but not a lot of it. I used to play it on the radio. When Velotte came out, I was playing that. But he was trying to sound like his dad then, right? And Julian Lennon did a thing with Brent Bourgeois. I think he appeared on his last album, or co-wrote, I forget, because I interviewed Brent quite a while ago. No, not from the Cars. I saw the Cars in concert. I was beginning to say a while ago, I forgot it, I saw them. It had nothing to do with them. Probably the most handsome singer ever. I didn't see the last part. Oh, I didn't hear him do Ruby Tuesday. I don't think Julian Lennon doing a Ruby Tuesday. Sorry, there's so many comments coming up that I'm getting sidetracked an awful lot. And I'm starting to lose my voice. We've got 3 videos coming up today. I'm working on 3 for tomorrow. Yeah, Wallflowers. One headlight is, Shannon and I have a song, and it's one headlight from the Wallflowers. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. From, I think it was 97. It might have been from 96, but it was playing on the radio in 97 a lot. And we had just first met, and that was our song. I don't know why we didn't go out and just buy it. Alex and Getty. Yeah, they won't do that kind of music. They wouldn't. I don't think they would ever do a thing like Van Halen. It's just not their thing. I'd like to see other sides of their personality. Oh yeah, I could write down all the concerts I've seen. No, I don't think Genesis will tour. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think they have enough time for Phil. I hate the gossipy stuff that's coming out. Not that it's not true. Let's be clear about that. But I'm not going to, and there are people on YouTube talking about, the gossipy stuff with his ex-wife. She has changed an awful lot through the years. But we all change. It's just that there was a point where I didn't know that was the same lady where he had, and let me say that I'm not, I just saw a thing today about, the Bond women, what they look like today. I'm going, I wouldn't be doing videos like that. They're aging. They don't look like they used to. I understand that. But I will say, someone said she looks gross. I don't know if she looks gross. I mean, that's what you think, and you can say that. No, Genesis will never tour with Peter Gabriel. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think he's interested in that. And I can understand. I mean, Peter Gabriel's Peter Gabriel. He's done so much as a solo artist, sold way more music. But sure, at some point, Wolfgang will join Sammy on stage as a special guest. That will happen. That will happen. I'm almost positive. I can't see that not happening, right? And it's nice that Olive Branch story today. He wants to do his own stuff. Roger, you're completely right. Something's going to happen with the Van Halen guys. There's just, it's almost like you say, you can't take Eddie Van Halen out of Van Halen. It's not Van Halen anymore. No, it's not. It's not Van Halen. But you could have something different. And I think that would be a really, really good idea. Anyway, for anybody watching, this is not usually what we do. Anyone watching must realize that we do a lot of interviews on this channel. If you like interviews from rockers from the 60s and 70s, sometimes from the 80s, please subscribe to my channel. You should create, but just not call it, they should, just don't call it Van Halen. Like, do a yes thing, call it, Van Halen, Hagar, Roth, I don't know. Do something. Or just have some, I'm just talking gibberish now. But they should do something. Gabriel will never tour with Genesis as long as they don't talk music. They will be fine. Well, there's that thing where David Henschel, the producer of Genesis, who had also worked on earlier as an engineer, second engineer. What the hell? You're not Van Helsing? I don't even know what that means. Where David Henschel had said that you could tell there was two power players in Genesis in the early days. It was Tony Banks, it was Peter Gabriel, and they didn't get along. Do you feel live shows will return 2022? Numbers are rising in the US, numbers are rising in Canada. I can't speak for the rest of the world, but I watch the US and Canadian news all the time. Okay. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Maybe that's why I'm saying that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to return anytime soon. 2022, yeah. I think that's why I say Genesis would probably, I don't know if Phil will be able to do it, even sitting down. I don't think he's very healthy. He just looks so frail. Do you live in Toronto? No, in Calgary. I've never lived in Toronto. I lived out east. I was born in Montreal, moved to New Brunswick in 67 when I was 7. And then when I graduated in 1979, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I moved to Edmonton. Then I moved to Vancouver. I moved to Edmonton to get into radio in 83. Then got a job working for one of the biggest channels in Canada as far as AM radio, Golden Oldies, was 14C Fun. So I worked there for 6 years. I was the last person on the air doing music on 14C Fun. We like to say I broke the station, but they were switching to a talk format. And then during that time, I was also working for a station called QMFM, which is the #1 station in Vancouver, in our demographic, and many times the #1 station. And that's what I do now. So I host a show every evening. So I graduated. Did you say you graduated in 79? Vintage Sounds. You're saying to stop? I'm a fellow Montrealer. Yeah, I was born. Yes, of course, I'm a Gretzky fan. I lived in Edmonton for 4 of the 5 Stanley Cups. I was in Vancouver sitting at a bar when they won the 5th one with Marc Messier. I met Marc Messier. I met a lot of the Oilers because I'm in radio and we do things with. Paul Coffey was a little standoffish, but he was young. They were all young back then. You know, I did idiot things back then. Favorite Rush album? I like All the World's a Stage. I like their triple live album. And at that point, I think I'd only had Fly By Night. They didn't have a lot of albums back then. My Canadian, a lot of people who listen to me in Canadian radio think I'm American. I do like the Trailer Park Boys. Yeah, I don't watch it a lot. My son and I watch it. Coffee was nice. Then Anderson off the ice. Nickelback. Did someone say Nickelback again? You think the new song sounds like Nickelback? It has a Nickelback feel to it, that's for sure. Maybe he's a big Nickelback fan. And artists will sometimes do something like that and not realize they're doing it. But I'll have to say this: someone would have told him. I don't think he's favorite Rush song. You know what? I'm going to go with an old standard, which is "Fly By Night," and Tom Sawyer was always a favorite. And those are easy picks, I know, because of the radio songs. But Chase Upstairs did Tom Sawyer. Hey, for anyone curious, look up Chase and Tom Sawyer drums. Then you'll see my son at 8. Was he 8 or 9? Chase, how old were you when you did Tom Sawyer?
Sorry?
How old were you when you did Tom Sawyer?
9, I think.
Yeah, I think he was 9. Yeah, he came in a top 10 for kids up to 18 years old. And Fly By Night, yeah, I just love Fly By Night. When I remember heard it, ding, ding, when it starts like that, and then the drums comes in, Neil was in the band. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Moving Pictures was amazing. I saw them for, it wasn't him, yeah, it was Moving Pictures. It was that tour from Saga. Yeah, I've never interviewed them. Yeah, he sounds a bit like Nickelback. You're right. Yeah, I don't think in this case it's a bad thing. My hair is just freaking nuts. I, I I like the song, but did you guys like? Did you guys like the song? How many of you who are there's 83 people on here? Roll the Bones, yeah. Great. Yeah. Buffalo. Farewell to Kings, Hemispheres, Permanent Waves. Great trio of albums, yeah. I didn't get into 2112 right away. It took me a little while. Even though that was on, All the World's a Stage, of course. And it's one of my people. I just love All the World's Stage. I thought it was amazing. And it was weird because I remember I was fairly new to Rush at that point. And if you don't really know the music, a lot of it sounds the same. It's like AC/DC. Fans don't think every song sounds the same, but outsiders will. Oh, you saw Rush. Oh, Miami Vice, is that 80s when Geddy had shorter hair? They all had shorter hair in the 80s, later in the 80s. Go on YouTube and slow down the rap section of Roll the Bones. What was it say? Huh. Everyone's talking about Rush now. See, just mention Rush and everyone goes kooksy. Yeah. See, I like this new haircut because I don't have to do anything. I just go like, bam. We dropped, okay, I can't say that out loud. The hair in the 80s. I had hair halfway down my back in the 80s. I was the guy who wore those Rubbermaid suits. Remember those guys in the Rubbermaid commercials? They had those big suits, the shoulders. I had one of those, and I drove a CJ7 Jeep, a red one, and I would take the doors off, make it as naked as possible, the Jeep itself. It was kind of a piece of crap, but it didn't look like a piece of crap. It just like needed some, the engine wasn't. But I would drive to my MC gigs, went out to MC concerts and stuff, stripped down like that, and I thought I looked like a cool dude. People probably thought I was crazy. And same thing as when I had my 1978 Trans Am with the Hawk front. I used to think I looked really cool. People probably thought, what a loser. But I love that. I love that car. It's my favorite car I ever had. You should show pics here sometimes, long hair. I think I have on, yeah, I'll put one on the what do you call it? The community thing. There's one where I've got really long hair and I'm wearing a purple shirt. I'll find it and put it on there for you. I am a new subscriber. Thank you, Queen Boudica Radiant. Did I say that right? I will look. Yeah. Anyway, do you buy coffee from Tim Hortons? No. No, I'm not I'll show you. It's well, shall we? Let's go around the place. See what the hell's going. There's the dog sleeping. And this is what I drink. Nespresso. I have some from this morning. Ding. I don't drink Tim Hortons coffee. I can't, like everyone does doubles and they do that kind of stuff. Let's go in the pantry. Let's get some coffee. Johnny bread. Wow, that is crazy. By the way, this is where all the videos get done, right there. Right on that MacBook. And that chair doesn't belong there. It usually goes there. But anyway, that's where all the videos get edited. And Chase is upstairs and he cuts the interviews up. You'll hear and that's where the system right there, which is a network system, where I store all my interviews and where we're going to store the ones that, oops, there you go. Do you think It will be another lockdown. Yes. Oh my God, yes. Yes. Great bands. Yeah, there were great bands. A lot of Canadian stuff coming up on our Canadian channel. The Canadians, and I'll say this because everyone asks all the time. I think the Police could tour again. Yeah, I think there's a really there's a guy who communicates with me all the time. He claims to be, and I don't mean disrespect in case he's watching, but he tells me, and a lot of people tell me stuff. He says he's friends with Stuart Copeland. So, and he says there's always talk. So I don't know if it'll ever happen. So it would be nice. I saw the Police. I saw Sting twice. No, I saw the Police once, and I saw Sting with Peter Gabriel. One of the last big shows. Kim Mitchell, best party band. Okay, Canadian channel. Rock History Canada. I say Canada like an American, I know. I watch a lot. People always say, aren't you American? I am not. I'm Canadian. The Canadian interviews that we have who are from artists that are not well known in the US will stay on the Canadian channel because people always go, who in the hell is this? And I don't want them to say that about a Canadian artist that I love. And it's not like I'm going to expose them to some new fans now that with music, a lot of which they probably don't own, or it's just not going to sell that way. So people say, well, why don't you help them? I'm going, no, I'm going to put them on Rock History Canada. But if they're well known like Rick Emmett, or in some parts Kim Mitchell, or Texas with like Moxie. A lot of people don't know who Moxie are. I like Moxie. I thought they were a great metal-y rock band. So I put some of that on Rock History Canada, but most of it on Rock History, some of it on Rock History Music, and some of it on Rock History Canada. There you go. You saw them twice? Yeah, I didn't see the last one. I mean, I saw clips of it. Yeah, Tommy, Earl Seymour, from the band, what's his name? I forget. Anyway, their guitarist was pretty pissed off that, he came in and did his guitar parts. But he came back. Earl Seymour? Oh, what was his name? The guy from Moxie. Yeah, Mike Reno, I talked to Mike Reno about Moxie. He came into the studio. There's a picture of me and Mike. We joked about, he brought it up, about the fact that even the bandana from the 80s doesn't fit him anymore. He says, none of that stuff fits him anymore. But he still wears a bandana because that's his trademark, right? I vaguely remember Moxie. They were the biggest U.S. state they were big in was, like I said, they were big in Texas. And they talked about that. If you look up Moxie John Beaudin or Moxie Rock History Music, there's a clip where they talk about it. Loverboy. Mike Reno's the only person in Loverboy that I interviewed. But he was a hoot. And Paul Dean, as far as I know, he's from Calgary. I think he lives here. Yeah. I think their first 3 albums. I don't remember. We saw Synchronicity tour. Yeah, I saw the Zenyatta Mondatta tour. And I got into a car accident where I totaled my 1973 Camaro. That's right, folks. I had a 73 Camaro and a 78 Trans Am. It had a vinyl roof. I hated vinyl roofs. And now I think I'd accept it a little bit more, but The Fix, great band. Yeah, I never got around to going after The Fix. You have to realize when you're getting into the 80s with certain bands on my channel, they don't do well. And a Jeep, that's right, a red Jeep. I had a lot of different cars in the 80s. I'm 60. You had a 72 Firebird, right on. I'm on the Police 2000 reunion DVD documentary, Meeting the Police. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, what kind of rides did you guys have in the 80s? It depends upon your age, of course. I always wanted a Trans Am with the funky chicken on the hood. That's what I called it. And my Trans Am being a 78, it had a 400 in it. It was pretty quick. It was my favorite. 86 IROC, yeah, that probably smoked it. That'd probably be pretty good. 60, you don't look at thank you. It's good lighting here, though, because I'll turn it around. I do it in front of the curtain. See? We just got new curtains. Anyway, we put in front, I do my videos in front of the curtain because it's good lighting. And I've said this before on the show. A lot of times when older rockers don't want to come on screen, I'll go, just put your camera, just point towards the outdoors. You had an 84 Camaro when they came back. Yeah. Well, not came back. They changed from the F model to the other one. I was a big car fan back then, not as much now. You know, I drive a BMW 328i now, you know, and it's a few years old. It's a 2013, 14. I don't even know. God, I'm embarrassed. So John can't interview who? Rupert Hine. Yeah, I was just looking at that video again a couple of days ago. Yeah, there's a lot of people who have come and gone. Yeah, I know. BMW driver. I'm not, you know, my car sits in the garage. Oh my God, for weeks sometimes. Like weeks. And I don't drive it. Yeah, Gord Downey. I know people, every time I say I drive, that's why I don't say it on this channel. You know, I think I paid 30 grand for it used. And I've actually went to buy a Camaro because must have been midlife crisis. I went to buy I thought, well, I'll get a 2010 Camaro. That's what I'll do. I like, that's the only Chevy I'd buy. And then I went, well, I'll buy a new one. But then I realized I only have enough money to buy a 4-cylinder one. I don't want to buy a 4-cylinder, you know. And then I saw this car and I went, yeah, I'll buy this car. Yeah, Tony Lewis, that was a big one. A lot of people, that's the thing, you know, the window of opportunity for reunion tours for the people that, if you're a 70s child, like I said, I'm 60 years old, born in 1960, graduated in 79. Your series with John Anderson. Thank you. That series is finished. And if you want to see the whole John Anderson interview, just type in John Anderson rock history book. Remember, book. There's a whole interviews there. Every clip is on there. And because no one's watched it. It's got like 150, if that, views. And people go, why don't you put the whole interview up? Well, I did, and it's right there, and it's got 150 views. Meanwhile, the whole series got what, like 200,000, views clipped. Yeah, Roger and Mike were very kind, and I really appreciated their time. I've got to go put some. COVID is ending. Many reunion tours. Yeah. Probably the most succinct thing that anyone has said on the channel today is that's the thing, you know, that I'm going to make my coffee. Shannon's put the Christmas tree up last night, but we haven't decorated it yet. You know what I do for my second coffee? See, this is more realistic lighting. You know what I mean? People think I look young for 60. Not in this lighting, I don't. But it's the way it goes. Patrick Simmons, the Doobie Brothers. Remember the song, You Can't Cheat the Hangman? Cheat the Hangman? You can't cheat the hangman. You are what you are. You're the age you are. Hold on. Especially up close, that was scary. See, she's got, look at this. Merry Christmas time. She got her little, I forget what her mother bought those on the shopping network. Hold on, let me plug in again. I think we're almost over here. Yeah, they get shafted. You're right. And I should have been more with the Fisher Brothers of Heart. Our homes are our prisons. I work out of my house. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, CK. I've been working. I was a program director for a city for almost 3 years, and also the music director, and also the morning guy. because I couldn't afford to hire a good morning guy. So I put myself in there and I went, thank you. And after that, they gave me a bucket of money and they said, okay, your contract's over. We're going to change formats. And we were really nice about it. Born in 58, graduated in 76. Yeah, our musicians are dying. That's going to be the biggest thing when we look back. If we all live past this, we're going to look back and we're going to go, I need to sit back. There we go. That's a workload. When we look back at this time, we're going to be saying things like we lost so many of, I worry about Elton John. And by the way, none of my Elton John videos do well on this channel. You guys all hate Elton John or what? Or you hate me reporting on Elton John. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Johnny Rotten, that's right. He got kind of political there, didn't he? I'm going to see if I can bring this down. 2020 sucked, yeah. But anyway, we're going to see. I don't know why my Elton John videos don't do well. Elton John's my favorite artist of all time. Bruce Hornsby, another one of my favorite artists of all time. You saw Elton John in San Francisco? I saw Elton twice. That's it. But I don't know if Elton's going to make it. Not that he's sick or anything. My mom liked Elton. Super new jewel box, yes. I won't stop reporting on Elton because I like him too much, but I was surprised that Keith Richards is immortal. That's right, Dr. Steve. Yeah, but Lucinda, thank you. I'm glad you feel that way, Bruce Hornsby. But my videos here, I interviewed Bruce Hornsby twice. I combined the interviews in one interview series, and I swear to God, I couldn't get more than, I think, 1,000 views per video, and most of them didn't even do that well. So, not into Elton at all. See, there you go. And I'm not penalizing anybody for not liking me. You can't, if you don't like someone. I'm one of 1,000. I love Kate Bush. I'm not going to do it now because my voice is pretty low, but believe it or not, I used to do an impression of Kate Bush. Keith is 107. Yeah. Yeah. You kind of wonder, maybe his insides are fine. You know, my dad he could party and he lived till he was 87, you know? Yeah, I did one video on Kate Bush. One. On her live album, and the fact that it's not going to be a video. It was just going to be, but that was the only thing I've ever done on Kate Bush. I can't. It sounds like the Bee Gees almost. Oh yeah, we just met Sarah maybe 2 years ago. We were hanging out with her backstage. It was kind of nice. I told her I played her all the time on QMFM, and she said, "Oh, you're on there?" I said, "Yes, I'm on there." Anyway, Sarah's an amazing singer. I remember Shannon and I looked at each other a second with Howard Stern in the morning. Sorry, went by too fast. There's too many people talking. You know, it was hard to watch the interview with Wolfgang because of, and he needed to do that. He needed to let out. And Howard is such a pro. Let's face it, Canada has flooded us with icons. Yeah, but we Canadians look the same way to American music, right? I mean, one of my favorite debut albums of all time is Boston's Debut, and I was forgiving of Don't Look Back, even though it sounded very similar, like a sort of a washed out version, slightly washed out version of the first one. But the live DVD, Sarah McLachlan, is so good. The experience of seeing her with just one player with her, yeah, Boston was just, The Man with the Child in His Eyes is the one I do from Kate Bush. That first line, though, is really difficult. The other lines I can do, but it sounds like the Bee Gees. It's kind of like that really high, when I do it, you know, like that kind of, like really kind of, Shannon always says, you're hurting my ears when I do that. But it took me a while to be able to sing that first line. Lionheart was just a groundbreaking album. No, I can't do it. I can't. My voice, as you can tell, is hoarse. One of these days I'll do it for you, but I can't do it now. I couldn't possibly do it even if I tried. Yeah, I didn't mind the Springsteen falsetto. Yeah, I didn't mind it. It was a lot better than I thought. Boston's what? Bass player? No, it was their singer. Kate Smith. Kate Smith, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot, anthem girl, good luck charm. Philadelphia Flyers. I was a big Philadelphia Flyers fan. Bernie Perront's my all-time favorite hockey player. I'm not into box sets and Boston's bass player. Wasn't that, was it Fran? I forget their bass player's name. Jim Mestia, who was the original drummer for Boston, he and I communicate quite a bit. Not lately, and I haven't talked to him in about a month, but he did a private concert for Chase, my son and I, where he actually played Hitchin' a Ride. I know he doesn't do that on the album, but he plays Rock and Roll Band on the album, even though he played all those songs originally. I Forget's what? Get Lucky, Good Lover Boy album. Is that the one where is that the one with the hand? Triumph will not tour. Well, Rick Emmett is retired from touring. Oh, Gary Phil, yeah. I remember Alliance. We used to play Alliance. Is it More Than Words Can Say? What was the name of that song? Yes, Reunion. No, it's not going to happen. Yes, will not reunite. It's too much has happened now. And John says things, John says, well, they're not that good. Remember, that was my interview where he said that. He might have said it in other ones. I'm sure he would have. But he said, well, I don't think they're that good anymore. Coney Hatch. Who's the guy from Coney Hatch? Chase, who's the guy who gave you Neil Peart's drumsticks? Chase?
Yeah.
Who's the guy from Coney Hatch who gave you Neil Peart's drumsticks?
Sorry?
Who's the guy from Coney Hatch who gave you Neil Peart's drumsticks?
From who?
Okay, never mind. You can't. Andy Curran, thank you. Yeah, you worked for Anthem Records. Actually, you want to see the sticks? I'll show you the sticks. Andy Curran. I will show you them right now. Uh-oh. That's my hand. Sorry. I'm going to unhook this thing. I'm going to unhook my cable because it's going bad. I went to go upstairs and we got disconnected. Hold on. He's back. I'm back. Okay, let's see if we can do this. If I lose my connection, hold on. It's in Chase's room. Hold on. Neil Peart sticks. Where are they? There they are. Autographed by them. Not autographed, but that's his. He used those sticks. Every little rivet on there is made by Neil Peart. There you go. We didn't lose. God, I'm out of breath. I'm so out of shape. Crazy. Going up the stairs. Getting winded. Ooh, don't mean to make you coffee. So I've never shown you those. I've always wanted to show you those. But hold on, I'm setting up again. It's the longest freaking, been on here for an hour and a half. I don't even know, I forgot why we got on here to begin with. He smokes. Who smokes? I don't smoke, no. I smoked for a year with Shannon. Shannon was a closet smoker. And then 10 years ago, I think it was, we both quit. I don't smoke. Stop saying I smoke. Crazy. Mountain Time. Eddie Trunk promoting the documentary. Oh, well, that's nice. Did you hear that? Triumph talked to Eddie Trunk, and he didn't rule out touring. No, they're not homeschooled. Well, our daughter over here, she's autistic. Danica, say hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, she's partially nonverbal, mostly nonverbal. And she's 22. And my son is graduating this year. He's 17, Chase, who used to be a little YouTube star, but then Eddie is in the trunk. Yeah. Yeah, she's a sweet girl. People don't think she's 22 because she's childlike, right? And we moved to Calgary because of autism, because of Fort Lauderdale. Never been. Been to all the U.S. states, not been to the eastern states except Maine. Danica, thanks, Pookie. Danica's a sweet girl. But during interviews, like I've said before, sometimes you'll hear it back. The Jim Messina interview especially, I'm sitting at the table and she's beside me, and I don't know why, it didn't occur to me that she talks a lot. Looks, she's listening, you know. Danica, hi.
Hi.
You're sweet. So she stims a lot. She goes like this, and she'll do mumbling, and you don't want that in the back of an interview. And as I've said this before, someone said, "Oh, your dog's way too loud. You should quiet your dog down during an interview." And I went, "Well, no, it's not my dog. I don't even think we had a dog back then. It's actually my daughter. But I know you didn't mean disrespect. It's just that how would you know?" Thank you, CK. Appreciate it. So anyway, we're going to wind up. We're going to wind it down, and I'm going to start working on Jesse Cullen Young and getting that out. And a few other people, like I said, some younger artists going on another channel. I wouldn't put a young artist on this channel because that's not what this channel is about. We don't do that on this channel. Why would you? You don't come to this channel for that. Thank you, Roger. Appreciate it. So the younger artists, we'll let you know on this channel when we do have an interview with someone. Thank you, Christian. Thanks, John. Lots of fun. Oh, you're on holidays? Oh, Pookie Martinez on holidays. Well, I'm kind of always on holidays, and I work when I feel like it. Thanks, Lucinda. Sorry. Thanks, John. I'll send the T-shirt pic to you. Yes, please do. We don't sell a lot of T-shirts. I mean, some months we sell, 20, 30 T-shirts. And since it's done by Teespring, of course, they made, oh God, thank you so much. Sable Miner, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. We never ask for super chats because I always feel uncomfortable going, oh, send us money. But thanks, I appreciate that. And now that we're paying a writer, and we pay Chase to edit the videos, and we've got another writer that's even more part-time because it's just cost too much for us to pay all the writers and to try to maintain this. Still choking up a little bit when I try to talk about Edward. Yeah, Tony, I hear you, man. Yeah. Everyone's got different thoughts about Sammy and, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I don't know how to say that. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name. It's probably stands for something important. I don't know. Hi, everyone. Johnny Bean. Is it Johnny Bean? Is that how you say it? I'd be really bad if I had COVID-19. I'd get it right away because I'm always playing with my face. And I don't shave enough. Look at that. That's terrible. Huge Van Halen fan. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of us are. And the last time we had a live stream, I think, was about Van Halen when Eddie passed away. It was such a shocking moment. And I don't want to reiterate what I said then, but it was just one of those things where we went, what? He's dead? You can always tell when someone killed their wife on those. I watch a lot of those true crime shows where the husband goes, it's the same kind of thing. Like, what happened? And when they don't say what happened, you're going, he did it. But with Van Halen, I think a lot of people were just so in shock. Yeah, I'll never get over Eddie. Did you see the last picture? Oh, Lucinda, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's nice of you. Thank you. Did you see the last picture in Wolfgang's video? It shows them together, and Eddie looks, he looks ill. The very last. Yeah, it was a shocking thing, and people were so shocked where our video, I think, got 250,000 hits in I don't know, in the next 2-3 days after that. Yeah, we were talking about that today, but that's the fact that he had said that he wanted this reunion with everybody, the big reunion, the one that I think a lot of Genesis fans would like. Yes, already did it, the Union tour and album that had really mixed results. Now, speaking of smokers, Eddie was a longtime smoker. Yeah. Oh, is that what you guys were talking about a while ago? Smokers? Because I mentioned I was winded. I think some people thought I was a smoker. I'm not a smoker, even though right now I sound like I'm a smoker, but I don't smoke. You think we'll stop wearing masks by 2022? Yes. Yes. I think it'll stop by the end of next year. As far as we know, Ken, they don't like each other. They just said crap. You know what I mean? And sometimes, especially David and Sammy too, they'll say things because they'll get a rise of it. Yeah, the reunion event would make a lot of big bucks. Hi, DM. I think there's just too much money at stake here. Not that Wolfgang will need money. They talk smack about one another. Yeah, they do. Very true. And I think that there's always I think John Anderson felt that when he was talking to me of Yes, formerly of Yes, that he just felt he would just throw a few things in, where he's saying the band wasn't very good. And I think it depends upon their mood at the time. Talking to Sammy and David Lee Roth, I think it depends upon a lot of things, how they get along with the interviewer, or they don't get along with the interviewer. They'll say something and it'll make national headlines everywhere, So do they really hate each other? I don't know. I don't think they're best friends. Anyway, writing that tell-all book. Oh, yes, I'm near San Francisco. No, CK, no, Van Halen is done. Might be. But I think they'll do something. They'll do a tribute show for sure. And that might be the place where they'll go, Look at the Led Zeppelin thing. The Erdogan concert. That was going to be something more, and it didn't turn out that way because not everyone thought the same thing. Wolfgang will do his own thing. Pookie, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I God bless the Beaudin family. Danica miracle. We do look at her as a miracle. We've met a lot of parents of autistic kids who have had a hard time of it. We had to work hard on Danica to make sure that, at one point she was running through the house like a wild banshee, like her medication wasn't working for her. And she was dealing with a lot of stress, and so were we. But we got her medication, mostly for her meds, down, and she's doing really well. I heard Wolfgang's song last night and the video this morning. Yeah. It was heartbreaking to watch Wolfgang. I found it, he just needed to do it. I'll say it again, I'm not saying Wolfgang is a liar. I just don't see another Roth-Hagar reunion. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I didn't know I was going to do a live stream today. I never know, but sometimes I just feel like plop myself in front of the window here and talking to you guys. I just wish we had a better system where Danica is the best. Like DM, for instance, just going, oh, DM's going to talk. Do you want to come on camera? Yeah, I wish there was a system where just be like a Zoom kind of thing where we could all see each other. Nespresso stream next time. I got it. Do you ever get coffeeed out? Like sometimes we'll I'll eat a coffee. I'll drink a coffee in the afternoon, and Danica rules. That's thank you. No, I didn't hear that. I didn't know there was another one. But of course, now with Eddie's passing, we're going to hear a lot. People are really paying attention to. They're really paying attention to what Wolfgang's doing. You know, it's important to them, right? So, okay, gotta go. You guys rock and roll. Thank you so much. I keep putting my finger to the screen. I'm sorry, but this is a phone, and